Blueberries are often celebrated for their high nutritional value. Packed with antioxidants, vitamins, and fiber, they're considered a superfood that can support heart health, brain function, and even weight management. However, like many healthy foods, blueberries can interact with certain medications in ways that might compromise your health. While this fruit is generally beneficial, people on specific medications need to be cautious. This video explores 10 common drugs that can be negatively impacted by blueberries, each explained with a short story and more detailed analysis. 1. Warfarin, a balancing act gone wrong. Mark was a 65-year-old retired teacher who started his mornings with a nutritious bowl of oatmeal topped with blueberries. This habit seemed harmless until he began noticing unusual bruises on his arms and legs and experienced prolonged bleeding from a minor scrape. Alarmed, he visited his doctor, who immediately connected the symptoms to his warfarin medication. Mark was taking warfarin to prevent blood clots, but the blueberries were reducing the effectiveness of the drug, dangerously increasing his risk of bleeding. Warfarin is a commonly prescribed anticoagulant, but it requires careful monitoring because of its interactions with certain foods. Although blueberries are low in vitamin K, which is a key concern for warfarin users, they contain high levels of antioxidants that can still influence the drug's metabolism. The compounds in blueberries may alter liver enzymes that regulate warfarin's effectiveness, leading to a delicate balance being disrupted. For patients like Mark, this can result in an unstable INR, international normalized ratio, potentially causing either excessive bleeding or clotting risks, depending on the interaction. Number 2. Cyclosporin. Transplant risk. After a successful kidney transplant, Susan was determined to maintain her health and avoid complication. Part of her daily routine was taking cyclosporin, an immunosuppressant that helps prevent organ rejection. To boost her overall health, she added blueberries to her diet, hoping their antioxidants would help her recovery. However, during a routine checkup, her doctor noticed that her cyclosporin levels were worryingly low, which meant her body might start rejecting the new kidney. After further investigation, they discovered that the blueberries were the culprit. Cyclosporin is a critical drug for transplant patients, as it suppresses the immune system enough to prevent organ rejection. However, blueberries contain flavonoids and other compounds that can interfere with the liver enzymes responsible for processing cyclosporin. This can lead to lower than needed drug levels, putting patients at risk for organ rejection. The consequences of such interactions can be severe, making it crucial for transplant recipients like Susan to avoid foods like blueberries without first consulting their doctor. 3. Digoxin, heart in danger. Jerry had been living with heart failure for several years, relying on digoxin to help his heart pump more effectively. His doctor closely monitored his medication to maintain a steady level in his bloodstream. To boost his overall health, Jerry began incorporating more fruits into his diet, including blueberry. Within weeks, he started experiencing troubling symptoms like dizziness, fatigue, and shortness of breath. When his doctor checked his digoxin levels, they were unexpectedly low, putting Jerry's heart health in jeopardy. Digoxin is a medication used to treat heart conditions by improving heart contractions and managing irregular heartbeat. However, its effectiveness depends on consistent blood levels. Blueberries, while healthy, contain compounds that can accelerate the metabolism of digoxin, reducing its levels in the body. For someone like Jerry, this interaction can cause his heart condition to deteriorate, leading to dangerous symptoms or even worsening heart failure. The risk is particularly high for older adults, who may be more sensitive to such fluctuations. Number 4. Blood pressure medications, unwanted fluctuations. Linda had been managing her high blood pressure with medication for years, allowing her to lead an active lifestyle. Encouraged by the positive effects of fruits on heart health, she began incorporating more blueberries into her meals. However, she soon noticed that her blood pressure readings become erratic, with episodes of dizziness and lightheadedness that made her worry. After a visit to her doctor, it was clear that the blueberries were interacting with her blood pressure medication, causing it to work too effectively and lowering her blood pressure too much. Blood pressure medications, such as calcium channel blockers and beta blockers, are designed to maintain stable levels of blood pressure. However, blueberries contain substances that can enhance the effects of these drugs, leading to an excessive drop in blood pressure. For patients like Linda, this can result in symptoms like fainting, fatigue, and even dangerous drops in blood pressure, could lead to fainting or falls. While fruits are generally beneficial, anyone on these medications should be cautious and consult their doctor about dietary changes. 5. Statins. Cholesterol control gone wrong. Greg had struggled with high cholesterol for years and was finally put on statins to bring his levels down. With his doctor's encouragement, he started making healthier lifestyle choices, including adding more fruits and vegetables to his diet. Blueberries, with their reputation for heart health benefits, became a staple in his smoothies. During a routine checkup, his cholesterol levels were higher than expected, despite his efforts. His doctor identified the blueberries as the reason behind the ineffective cholesterol control. Statins are commonly prescribed to lower cholesterol by inhibiting an enzyme involved in cholesterol production. However, blueberries can interfere with this process by affecting the same liver enzymes that metabolize statins. This interaction can reduce the drug's effectiveness, leaving patients like Greg vulnerable to high cholesterol and its associated risks, such as heart disease and stroke. For those relying on statins, monitoring the intake of blueberries and similar fruits is essential to avoid compromising their treatment. Number 6. Antidepressants. Mood swings and complications. Mary had been battling anxiety and depression for years and was finally stable thanks to her prescribed antidepressants. To support her mental health further, she started consuming blueberries regularly, as she had read about their potential brain-boosting properties. But instead of feeling better, Mary began to experience unexpected mood swings, headaches, and insomnia. Her doctor quickly pinpointed the blueberries as the cause, explaining that they were altering the effectiveness of her medication. Antidepressants, particularly selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, SSRIs, rely on stable absorption and metabolism to work correctly. Blueberries can influence this process by interacting with enzymes that either speed up or slow down the drug's breakdown. For people like Mary, this can lead to either increased side effects or reduced efficacy, both of which can destabilize mental health. This makes it crucial for anyone on antidepressants to discuss dietary habits with their doctor, ensuring no foods interfere with their treatment. Number 7. Blood thinners, other than warfarin. Increased bleeding risk. John was prescribed a newer blood thinner, apixaban, after suffering a mild stroke. As someone focused on heart health, he eagerly embraced a diet rich in fruits, including daily servings of blueberries. However, after a minor cut took an unusually long time to stop bleeding, Don became concerned. A visit to his doctor revealed that his blood had become too thin, a direct result of the interaction between his medication and his diet. Newer blood thinners like rivaroxaban and apixaban are effective alternatives to warfarin, offering easier management and fewer dietary restrictions. However, these drugs are still sensitive to certain foods, and blueberries can enhance their blood-thinning effects. This can result in an increased risk of bleeding from even minor injuries, or internal bleeding can be dangerous. Patients like John need to be aware of such interactions and discuss their diet with their healthcare provider to avoid serious complications. 8. Diabetes medications. Blood sugar imbalance. Anna had been living with type 2 diabetes for years and was diligent about managing her blood sugar levels. As part of a healthier lifestyle, she decided to add more fruits to her diet, focusing on low-sugar options like blueberries. However, she soon noticed that her blood sugar levels were fluctuating unpredictably, with sudden spikes and drops that left her feeling unwell. Her doctor traced the issue back to the blueberries, which were interfering with the effectiveness of her diabetes medication. Diabetes medications are designed to help the body regulate blood sugar levels consistently. However, blueberries contain compounds that can either enhance or reduce the absorption of these drugs, leading to imbalances. For people like Anna, this can result in poor glucose control, increasing the risk of complications such as hypoglycemia or hyperglycemia. Monitoring the impact of dietary changes is essential for anyone managing diabetes to ensure their treatment remains effective. 9. Anti-seizure medications. Risky interactions. David had been successfully controlling his epilepsy with anti-seizure medications for years. He read about the potential brain health benefits of blueberries and decided to add them to his diet. Not long after, he started experiencing mild seizures, something he hadn't dealt with in a long time. Concerned, he consulted his neurologist, who identified the blueberries as the cause, noting that they were reducing the effectiveness of his medication. Anti-seizure medications require consistent drug levels in the blood to prevent seizures. Blueberries can interact with the enzymes that metabolize these drugs, leading to either reduced drug levels or inconsistent absorption. For people like David, this can mean a return of seizure activity after years of stability, posing a significant risk to their safety and well-being. Maintaining a stable treatment plan involves being cautious about dietary additions that could interfere with crucial medication. Number 10. Antibiotics. Delayed recovery. Rachel was prescribed a course of antibiotics to treat a bacterial infection. Determined to recover quickly, she loaded up on nutrient-rich foods, including blueberries, to support her immune system. But despite following the treatment as prescribed, her symptoms persisted longer than expected. Her doctor discovered that the blueberries were interfering with the effectiveness of the antibiotics, delaying her recovery. The compounds in the blueberries were reducing the absorption of the drug, leading to suboptimal levels in her bloodstream, which allowed the infection to linger. While blueberries are nutritious and beneficial for most people, those taking certain medications need to be cautious. The interactions between blueberries and drugs like warfarin, cyclosporin, digoxin, and others can have serious health consequences. Whether it's increasing the risk of bleeding, reducing drug efficacy, or causing dangerous fluctuations in vital conditions, the impact can be significant. Always consult with a healthcare provider before making any dietary changes if you're on medication. Your health is a delicate balance, and even small adjustments can make a big difference.